Demonstrated interest is a term thrown around quite a bit in the world of selective college admissions in the United States. And today, I want to dive into this topic because demonstrated interest is probably far more important than you realize. My name is Craig Meister. I'm a college admissions coach. You can learn more about me and how you can work with me one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process on my website, collegemeister.com. So you may have heard demonstrated interest thrown out in an information session or during a visit to your high school by a college admissions rep or at a college fair, or maybe your high school college counselor saying, oh, it's important to demonstrate interest. And it sort of was a passing word or two that went by and you didn't really think too much of it. Or you may be on the other side of the spectrum and you may know all about demonstrated interest and you may be highly paranoid about when and where you should be demonstrating interest. But no matter where you fall on the spectrum, I want to break it down for you today and make this really easy. Demonstrated interest is a fancy way of saying flirting. That's it. That's all it is. Certain colleges in the United States will be more interested in you if you flirt with them. Just like certain people are more interested in you if you flirt with them. So demonstrated interest is this fancy phrase, 2 words, basically. And it's basically breaking it down. It basically means you have to demonstrate interest to certain colleges in order to get a few extra brownie points or their attention. And that can help, of course, if it's a highly selective college and your application is being read alongside other applications of students who did not demonstrate interest at a college that actually does assess one's demonstrated interest. That could put you over the edge. The fact that you want that college will make that college want you more if the college tracks demonstrated interest. Similarly, if someone you're interested in romantically is excited by the fact that you would be interested in that person, they're maybe going to get in more into you because it's very obvious you're into them or him or her. Okay. So that's why I say it's flirting. It's basically just flirting. Now, you may say, Craig, well, only a few colleges out of the big number of 4-year colleges and universities in the United States track demonstrated interest. So why does it matter to you so much to make a video about demonstrated interest? Well, number one, some very highly selective colleges and universities do track demonstrated interest, and therefore, obviously, my job is to help you get into those. But beyond those, let's say a college doesn't officially track demonstrated interest. There are many colleges, not many, but there are a good number of colleges that used to track demonstrated interest and no longer track it. So they don't, quote unquote, care anymore about whether or not you demonstrate interest. But even for these colleges, I want you to flirt with them. I want you to demonstrate interest. As the 2 words say, demonstrate interest. Well, why, you may ask? I want you to demonstrate interest because demonstrating interest is going to help you learn more about that college. By paying attention during the tour and information session, that's demonstrating interest. By asking questions, that's demonstrating interest. By listening to others' questions, that's demonstrating interest. By engaging with the admissions officer when they visit your high school, that's demonstrating interest. Demonstrating interest is staying up late on a Friday night and doing research into that college. Emailing an admissions officer or a professor at that college to learn more about that college is demonstrating interest. Now, even at a college that doesn't actually track these things and therefore give you an advantage in terms of getting in because you are collecting all these moments of demonstrating interest, it's still going to help you so much. Because by demonstrating interest, you're demonstrating being open-minded. You're demonstrating that you are a critical thinker. You're demonstrating that you can take in new information and assimilate that information and change potential course because of it. All of which is extremely important in finding a future partner for the next 4 years. And your future partner in this case is a college or university that you're going to live at for the next 4 years in many cases. If it's a residential community, you want to live there. You want to feel comfortable inside the classroom, outside the classroom. I sure as heck hope you're going to demonstrate some interest before you sign on the dotted line and commit to a particular college. You always want to demonstrate interest because only engaging in demonstrating interest will help figure out on your part whether or not this is a college you want to actually live at and learn at and be a part of and associated with, not only for the next 4 years, but you'll be tagged to this university or college for the rest of your life. So you sure as heck better demonstrate interest throughout the college admissions process at every college and university on your list, because if you don't, you could end up at a place that you are not very interested in. And it's all because you did not demonstrate interest in the process of engaging with lots of different options before you had to determine where you actually settled to go. I don't want you to have to settle. I don't want you to feel like you're settling at all. And if you demonstrate interest throughout every stage of the college admissions process, which in my opinion goes back all the way to 9th grade, but it certainly is in high gear by second half of 10th grade and all throughout 11th grade, and of course 12th grade when you're making the final decision. If you're not demonstrating interest and following up with colleges, the people at those colleges, talking to students who go to those colleges, trying to visit a college locally, maybe visit again on a different day of the week, a different time of day, different weather, all of which is your way of demonstrating interest to determine if this school is a fit for you. So I don't care if a college or university is in their PeopleSoft or whatever they call the system these days, system tracking every time you call their office or email their admissions officer. I couldn't care less, because your approach should be to always demonstrate interest. If they take note of it, that's like icing on the cake. Congratulations. If it comes down to you and other applicants who did not demonstrate interest, congratulations. You're going to have a slight edge over those because you demonstrated interest. But if it is a college that couldn't care less about how many times you were on campus or how many times you talked to students or how many times you emailed admissions officers in order to learn more about the college or university, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less either, because you should still do it, because that's going to help you figure out if this is a college that should be at the top of your list, the bottom of your list, or not on your list at all. So always demonstrate interest. It always matters. It is always in your best interest to demonstrate interest, because demonstrating interest is not just flirting. Demonstrating interest is having an open mind and being curious and inquisitive and a researcher. And all these things are necessary in order to find yourself in the very best place for you come first few weeks, months, and ultimately the entire undergraduate experience. There you go. Again, my name is Craig Meister. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. You want to work with me? Well, go to my website, collegemeister.com, and we can work with each other one-on-one throughout the entire college admissions process. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, demonstrate interest, and remain stress-free throughout the entire college admissions process.